How you doing, chat? Welcome to the One Year Bibe read for day 249 in a row. Thank you for joining me. If you're already here and you joined early, I appreciate that. It is finally working again. I can finally see my things I wanted to be able to see in the past again, which is very nice, to be honest. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start discussing today's read. So, chat, if you don't know, we've been reading the One Year Bible for 249 days today. And we're doing this for 365 days in all. It's the One Year Bible, so obviously 365 days. And we read the verses, and then we have a little discussion at the very end of the read after we pray and ask for clarity, wisdom, and discernment on the word for the day. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, partaking in, this stream is a sporadic stream. There is really no time schedule for this stream. Like I said yesterday, sometimes I need it at a specific time. That's when we read. So if you want to stay tuned and catch all of them, if possible, right? Subscribe and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get into today. So today, chat, we're going to be reading from September the 6th. September the 6th. Yeah, let him go. Songs of Songs. Interesting. I've never seen this before, actually. It's my first time. I never even heard of this verse. I've never even heard anybody quote these verses before. But today, chat, if you happen to have one of these one-year Bibles, today we're going to be reading from September the 6th. I know it's the 4th, but we started 2 days early. We started pretty much like 2 or 3 days after we got it. We were like, let's go. I thought to myself, let's go ahead and do this now. So we started 2 days early. And today's verses are coming from Songs of Songs, 1-4, going through verse 16. I'm going to try to sing that, so bear with me. 2 Corinthians 8:16-24. It's very long, too. So let's see if we can do that. And then Psalms 51-23, and then Proverbs 22:22-23. Okay, chat. We're going to try to sing the Song of Songs. and if we fail, it's okay. Who cares? And if it doesn't, if it is okay, we'll try again. So um, never knew songs to songs was a thing in the Bible, uh, and I'm excited to go ahead and give this a go to see if I can sing this. So, well, I don't know about singing this. I'm gonna say it in a monotone, but just a little bit. It's a little bit of that drum in the background. Pretend that's a beat. Maybe I might even grab a gospel music background song for this specific thing. But there's no gospel music background song that's long enough for how long this song is in its book. I don't know any gospel beat that's this long. Well, maybe 3 minutes. How long does it usually take me to read this? Let's see. Hold up. Can I find a gospel beat? Let's go and see. Let me see what I'm feeling first. So songs to songs, 1 through 4, 1 through verse 16. This is Solomon's song of songs, more wonderful than any other. Young woman, kiss me and kiss me again. For your love is sweeter than wine. How pleasing is your fragrance. Your name is like the spreading fragrance of scented oils. No wonder all the young women love you. Take me with you. Come, let's run. The king has brought me into his bedroom. Young women of Jerusalem, how happy we are for you, O king. We praise your love even more than wine. Young woman, how right they are to adore you. I am dark but beautiful, O woman of Jerusalem. Dark as the tents of Kedar, dark as the curtains of Solomon's tents. Don't stare at me because I am dark. The sun has darkened my skin. My brothers were angry with me. They forced me to care for the vineyards, so I couldn't care for myself, my own vineyard. Tell me, my love, where are you leading your flock today? Where will you rest your sheep at noon? For why should I wander like a prostitute among your friends and their flocks? Young man, if you don't know, O most beautiful woman, follow the trail of my flock and graze your young goats by the shepherd's tents. You are as exciting, my darling, as a mare among Pharaoh's stallions. How lovely are your cheeks, your earrings set them afire. How lovely is your neck, enhanced by a string of jewels. We will make for your earrings of gold and beads of silver. Young woman, the king is lying on his couch, enchanted by this fragrance of my perfume. My lover is like the sachet of myrrh, lying between my breast. He is like a bouquet of sweet henna blossoms from the vineyard of En Gedi. Young man, how beautiful you are, my darling, how beautiful. Your eyes are like doves. Young woman, you are so handsome, my love, pleasing beyond words. The soft grass is our bed. Fragrant cedar branches are the beams of our house, and pleasant smelling fears are the rafters. Young woman, I am the spring crocus blooming on the Sharon plain, the lily of the valley. Young man, like a lily among thistles is my darling among young women. Young woman, like the finest apple tree in the orchard is my lover among other men. I sit in his delightful shade and taste his delicious fruit. He escorts me to the banquet hall. It's obvious how much he loves me. Strengthen me with raisin cakes. Refresh me with apples, for I'm weak with love. His left arm is under my head, and his right arm embraces me. Promise me, O woman of Jerusalem, by the gazelles and wild deer, not to awaken love until his time is right. I hear my lover coming. He is leaping over the mountains, bounding over the hills. My lover is like a swift gazelle or a young stag. Look, there he is behind the wall, looping and looking through the window, peering into the room. My lover said to me, rise up, my darling. Come away with me, my fair one. Look, the winter is past, and the rains are over and gone. The flowers are springing up, the season of singing birds has come, and the cooling of turtle doves fills the air. The fig trees are forming young fruit, and the fragrant grapevines are blossoming. Rise up, my darling. Come away with me, my fair one. Young man, my dove is hiding behind the rocks, behind an outcrop on the cliff. Let me see your face. Let me hear your voice. For your voice is pleasant, and your voice is lovely. Young women of Jerusalem, catch all the foxes, those little foxes, before they ruin the vineyard of love, for the grapevines are blossoming. Young women, my lover is mine, and I am his. He browses among the lilies, before the dawn breezes blow the night shadows flee. Return to me, my love, like a gazelle or young stag on the rugged mountains. Young woman, one night as I lay in bed, I yearned for my lover. I yearned for him, but he did not come. So I said to myself, I will get up and roam the city. Searching all the streets and squares, I will search for the one I love. So I searched everywhere, but I did not find him. The watchmen stopped me as they made their rounds, and I asked, have you seen the one I love? Then scarcely had I left them when I found my love. I caught and held him tightly. Then I brought him to my mother's house, to my mother's bed, where I had been conceived. Promise me, O one of Jerusalem by the gazelles and wild deer, not to awaken love until the time is right. Young women of Jerusalem, who is this sweeping in the wilderness like a cloud of smoke? Who is it fragrant with myrrh and frankincense and every kind of spice? Look, it is Solomon's carriage, surrounded by 60 heroic men, the best of Israel's shoulders. They are all skilled swordsmen, experienced warriors, and each wears a sword on his thigh, ready to defend the king against an attack in the night. King Solomon's carriage is built of wood imported from Lebanon. Its posts are silver, its canopy is gold, its cushions are purple. It was decorated with love by the young women of Jerusalem. Young woman, come out to see King Solomon, young woman of Jerusalem. He wears a crown his mother gave him on his wedding day, his most joyous day. Young man, you are beautiful, my darling, beautiful beyond words. Your eyes are like doves. Behind your veil, your hair falls in the waves. Like a flock of goats winding down the slopes of Gilead, your teeth are as white as sheep, recently shorn and freshly washed. Your smile is flawless, each tooth matched with its twin. Your lips are like scarlet ribbon. Your mouth is inviting. Your cheeks are like rosy pomegranates behind your veil. Your neck is as beautiful as a tower of David, jeweled with the shields of 1,000 heroes. Your breasts are like two fawns, twin fawns, of a gazelle grazing among the lilies, before the dawn breezes blow and the night shadows flee. I will hurry to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are altogether beautiful, my darling, beautiful in every way. Come with me to Lebanon, my bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Come down from our Amana, from the peaks of Senir and Armun, where the lions have their dens and the leopards live among the hills. You have captured my heart. My treasure, my bride, you hold it hostage with one glance of your eyes. With a single jewel of your necklace, your love delights me. My treasure, my bride, your love is better than wine. Your perfume more fragrant than spices. Your lips are as sweet as nectar. My bride, honey and milk are under your tongue. Your clothes are scented like the cedars of Lebanon. You are my private garden, my treasure, my bride, my secluded spring, a hidden fountain. Your thighs shelter a paradise of pomegranates with rare spices, henna with nard and saffron, fragrant calamus and cinnamon, with all the trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloes, and every other lovely spice. You are a garden fountain, a well of fresh water streaming down from Lebanon's mountains. Young woman, awake, north wind, rise up, south wind, blow on my garden, and spread its fragrance all around. Come into your garden, my love, taste its finest fruits. Okay, you over there okay, Solomon, you smooth, okay, smooth, okay, I see you. This was probably crazy smooth back in the days. I'm not gonna lie. What? What? Solomon definitely had aura. Solomon definitely had aura, child, okay? He definitely had aura. Over there writing rhymes. Not Solomon being a rapper. That's crazy. Okay. 2 Corinthians 8:16-24. But thank God, he has given Titus the same enthusiasm for you that I have. Titus welcomed our request that he visit you again. In fact, he himself is very eager to go and see you. We are also sending another brother with Titus. All the churches praise him as a preacher of the good news. He was appointed by the churches to accompany us as we take the offering to Jerusalem, a service that glorifies the Lord and shows our eagerness to help. We're traveling together to guard against any criticism for the way we're handling this generous gift. We are careful to be honorable before the Lord, but we also want everyone else to see that we are honorable. We are also sending with them another of our brothers who has been proven himself many times and has shown on many occasions how eager he is. He is now even more enthusiastic because of his great confidence in you. If you want to ask about Titus, say that he is my partner who works with me to help you, and the brothers with him have been sent by the churches, and they bring honor to Christ. So show them your love and prove to all the churches that are boasting about you is justified. Now Psalms 51-23. You boasting about me? Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll be better. Facts. If you over here telling people all these good things about me, I gotta step up. You feel me? Now Psalms 51-23. The Lord the Mighty One is God, and he has spoken. He has summoned all humanity. For where the sun rises to where it sets, from Mount Zion the perfection of beauty, God shines in glorious radiance. Our God approaches, and he is not silent. Fire devours everything in his way, and a great storm rages around him. He calls on the heavens above earth and below, to witness the judgment of his people. Bring my faithful people to me, those who made a covenant with me by giving sacrifices. To let the heavens proclaim his justice, for God himself will be the judge. O my people, listen as I speak to you. Here are my charges against you, O Israel. I am God, your God. I have no complaint about your sacrifices or the burnt offerings you constantly offer, but I do not need the bulls from your barns or the goats from your pens, for all the animals of the forest are mine, and I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know every bird on the mountains, and all the animals of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for all the world is mine and everything in it. Do I eat the meat of bulls? Do I drink the blood of goats? Make thankfulness your sacrifice to God, and keep the vows you made to the Most High. Then call on me when you are in trouble, and I will rescue you, and you will give me glory. But God says to the wicked, why bother reciting my decrees and pretending to obey my covenant? For you refuse my discipline and treat my words like trash. When you see thieves, you approve of them. You spend your time with adulterers. Your mouth is filled with wickedness, and your tongue is full of lies. You sit around and slander your brother, your own mother's son. While you did all this, I've remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. But now, I will rebuke you. Listing all my charges against you. Repent, all of you who forget me, or I will tear you apart, and no one will help you. But giving thanks is a sacrifice that truly honors me. If you keep to my path, I will reveal to you the salvation of God. Now Proverbs 22:22 to 23. 22:22 to 23. Don't rob the poor just because you can, or exploit the needy in the court. For the Lord is their defender. He will ruin anyone who ruins them. And now, made for more than babies. Made for more than babies. What is that supposed to mean? Made for more than babies. My nursery rhymes? Made for more than babies. There we go. Yep, nursery rhymes. The Song of Songs is a beautiful poem celebrating the joys and ecstasy of sexual intimacy. It is God's endorsement of enjoying sexual intimacy that goes beyond just producing children. Sadly, cruel men in some cultures sometimes destroys women's ability to experience sexual pleasure. Other cultures have erroneously taught that sex should not be enjoyed too much when attempting to have children. God created sex for intimacy and pleasure within a covenant of marriage, so married men should celebrate and enjoy it while showing respect for their wives, and single men should celebrate it by honoring its sanctity. And now, chat, I'm going to turn off the camera really quickly, mute my microphone, and ask for clarity, wisdom, and discernment on today's word, and I'll be right back. Okay, chat. So uh, let's go ahead and talk about today's word. Okay, so we have a couple things. We want some clarity today for all the people who feel iffy about um, sex. So, Songs of Songs 1 through 4. Um, it showed an example of what someone is touted as one of the greatest of God's disciples, right? He also partook in sexual acts. He also partook in sexual acts, and he was also not condemned for it. um, um, it's a call to remember that, you know, we're not animals and we don't just do these things just to make kids. You know, there is a connection involved. There is a person that you care about, and you have this connection with them, and that's why you decide to do that with them, right? We're not just animals trying to procreate, right? There's a level of yourself that grows when you do this the right way, right? Um, and so, if you've felt condemned, or if you watched somebody on the internet condemn you about sexual acts or things, I want to be the first to remove that condemnation from your soul and to release your spirit, because it's not deserved to be placed on you. So, you know, you don't need to give anything to receive that. There's nothing required of you to give for you to receive that. I hope you feel better. And now 2 Corinthians 8, 1 through 15. That was not the verse. 2 Corinthians 8, 16 to 24 is actually the verse. That was just its verse. Enthusiasm was the main point of this verse. 2 Corinthians 8, 16 to 24 was enthusiasm, enthusiasm, eagerness was the main point of this verse, right? Enthusiasm, enthusiastic, eagerness. What do we want to bring God? Enthusiasm, enthusiastic, eagerness. Enthusiasm, enthusiastic, eagerness. So be enthusiastic, show some enthusiasm, and be eager when doing something for God. You know, and with that smile on your face, you're definitely more likely to experience something nice, or you know do something that's also almost as good as getting something for yourself. I'm just joking. Giving is great. Giving is great. But you can make somebody else smile as well, you know. Um, and you know, a lot of times that's just as good as a gift sometimes. So, but now let's talk about Proverbs 22:22-23. Don't rob the poor just because you can, or exploit the needy in the court. For the Lord is their defender, and he will ruin anyone who ruins them. So just because you can doesn't always mean you should. Do you get how we segued into here? So just because you can, just because you can, you know, get 100 bodies. You know what I mean, Chad? In this lifetime, doesn't mean you should. But it's not condemning you to saying that you can't enjoy your enjoy your life. It's not saying you can't enjoy your life. But it's also saying, hey, sometimes that's a little excessive, brother. 100 bodies, that's a little nasty. That's a little nasty. Just keep it high. It's just a little nasty. Just a little disgusting, to be honest. Oh man. Just a little disgusting, just a little putrid. Okay, these are jokes. These are jokes. These are jokes. These are jokes, right? Just because you can, bro, just doesn't mean you should, right? And that's a message from Proverbs 22:22-23. And I like how they wrapped it up with this verse because they began our read though with talking about sexual intimacy, right? And how it's okay for you to indulge and enjoy sexual intimacy with somebody you care about, um, and also just enjoy life and stuff. But we finished the read by saying, okay, but yeah, you can, but sometimes it's not worth it. So you gotta be able to tell when it's worth it and when it's not. You know, you gotta be able to tell when it's worth it and when it's not. So it's cool. It's okay. But I also want to end this chapter on reminding you that sometimes that little cuckoo over there ain't worth it. She not, or that little pain wang over there, it ain't worth it. It ain't got nothing to offer you. It ain't got nothing to offer you. So they're not even about offering you. It's just it ain't good for you, brother or sister. Um, so just because you can doesn't mean you should. But don't forget to enjoy life. Enjoy life. Live life. Be grateful. Give thanks. What do we learn from the Bible, and what has been misconstrued um, across time and across all these people who force these narratives about these things that are just untrue now at this point. When you educate your own self, you realize how many things are just not true, right? And what we learned from here is there's nowhere near as much condemnation as people say there is in the Bible. People die, but people die every day. Genocides has happened, but we've witnessed genocides. Some people even in their lifetimes. There's some old folks that's seen some of those before, right? And then, but it's the fact that everything is blamed on God is crazy. It's like, what accountability do people have for real? Because God didn't do all those things. People made those decisions. And those same people would be like, God was working through me. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You just wanted to take those people out. And you used something as a marker. That's why I don't believe a lot of things I read. I don't believe all the, ridiculous stuff that's here sometimes. Cause like, man, that was a person's decision. That's clearly a person's decision, and they're trying to mask it as God told them to do that. But I mean, when you're asking for the clarity, wisdom, and discernment as you're reading these chapters and then through these verses, then you gain that clarity. These things are shocking to read at first, but then you understand the truth. Every time God did something destructive to people, people were about to self-destruct. Every time there was a mass erasure of people, and in the Bible they say it was God, right? What were those people doing? So who? So like, why is everybody always trying to shoulder all the blame over to God? Like, oh, God just took all these people out for no reason. No, he didn't. It wasn't for no reason. These was doing the worst stuff out here, bro. What do you mean? It was not for no reason. They were doing some of the worst stuff. They were trying to deceive everybody. They were always falling into all this stuff and never coming back out. And then they were going to destroy each other anyways. So if God didn't do it, they would do it. You know what God actually did, if you really think about it? He saved us from ourselves several times over. He saved a few people around the world as he wiped out others. He saved us from ourselves. So you're mad at God for removing bad apples. Is that what you're mad about? You're mad about God for removing some bad apples from the world. Who would have tried to kill you and your family if they had the opportunity, or try to finesse you and your family if they had the opportunity, or would have tried to do something to you and your family if they had the opportunity, but you mad at God for getting rid of them? Come on now. God, you always a winner, but I don't know why these fools down here act like you can never win. You know, it's crazy, bro. They always question your decisions like they know anything. And I understand. I questioned your decisions too when I first was reading this book. It came off as so crazy at first. But then when you get context, and it's not just 15 seconds of somebody saying something with no context, then you gather the perspective to see why these people were erased, why we were restarted. Because if they were not erased, if we did not get restarted, we wouldn't be here right now. This planet would have probably blew up. As destructive as we've been in our past, all the way up until this point, and we're still destructive. But y'all want to get mad at God for erasing these people before they blow the planet up. But if they blew the planet up, you wouldn't have a home. You wouldn't have a home. If they blew this planet up, you wouldn't have a home. So do you have the perspective that you need now to see that God never hurt us not one time? He actually saved us every single time. Every single time. The people that left had to leave. They had to. They were given options. Probably several occasions. Probably millions of occasions. You know how many people on this planet? You know how many different people are getting messages from God in their head? Yo, stop. That's probably 1 trillion different notifications going off of cell phones. You know? 1 trillion different notifications going off. Especially if you want to do that math over a full year of time. So 365 days, God is sending messages out to every person on the planet to help them be on the right path. At least you could say 5 to 10 times a day. 5 to 10 times a day, times the billion people that's on this planet, times 365. How many notifications is that? How many times was everybody reminded? But we want to blame God about all these things. We don't want to take accountability and say that there were probably 1 million people on the planet at the time of these things happening, and each one of them had the opportunity to change. There was definitely some innocent people that left, but I'm sure those innocent people, when he left this place, they were happy to leave. I'm sure they didn't want to be here. I'm sure they were fed up with this place. I'm sure they wanted to leave. So you can gain that perspective as well. What about the good people? Well, the good people probably didn't want to be here no more. Want to know why? Because the bad people, they wanted to take everything from them because they thought the good people were weak. And so the good people, they did what good people do. They gave and gave. And eventually, they were like, oh man, I don't have nothing else to give right now. And then the bad person said, I don't care if you don't got nothing to give at all. Give me everything you have, or I'll take it from you. And then that bad person would put that good person in pain and have them worrying about how they're going to take care of their families. When their next meal is going to come, that good person didn't want to be here no more. Not with those people no more. So if you want to look at it that way, God also rescued them, released them from this place. So now tell me, what's one bad thing God did? Because the only thing I can see is the several times we've been saved from ourselves. The several times when we fought with ourselves so much that we were willing to destroy this entire place. We got to the point to where we made nuclear bombs. And then we sent one. We didn't just make one, we sent one. Not even just the nuclear aspect of it. Now we got crazy weapons. You seen all the unclassified documents recently? See all the crazy weapons they've developed over the years? Heart stoppers? Little handguns that stop hearts from distance? So we come up with all these ways to hurt each other. All these ways to defend something that we have decided that we have ownership over. But we want to be mad when God corrects us for killing our brother and sister. And it's just that simple. And don't even be physically. A lot of y'all kill people mentally. A lot of y'all kill people with dreams. Which in essence kills the person. Without a dream, who are you? Our carcass. Our carcass going day by day. So what now? Are we going to keep blaming God for everything that we do wrong? And say, oh, I could have did better if God only did. Shut up. Shut up. I'm tired of listening to lies. I'm tired of hearing people lie about things for no reason. I'm tired of all these false accusations about something that does everything for everyone. It doesn't matter what religion you are. God even allows you to have your own religions and create deities and he gives those deities some form of power because you believe in them. So he grants them some form of power to give you the things you ask for, even for people who don't even directly believe in him. Do you understand how gracious and giving someone has to be to give to you, even though you won't even pray directly to them? Or to act like somebody else has the power to give it to you instead of them. When's the last time you gave somebody advice and then they took the advice from somebody else and you gave them the exact same advice? How did that make you feel? They took the advice from some other person and you gave them the exact same advice. How did that make you feel? Now times that by 1 billion. Now times that by a billion. You're just one. Times that same feeling by a billion. You don't want to be God. There's a bunch of people trying to play God. You don't want to be God. You don't. Too much responsibility. Can't handle it. But you know what you can do? You can be there for your folks. You can stand tall whenever things go crazy. Whenever the storm hits, you can stand tall. You can be that calm. That's what you can be. You show everybody what God is when you do that. You show everybody how great God is when you do that. So you want to stand up for God, stop pretending to be God. But you know what? From all the lessons you learned, from all the advice you've been given, let's take that and be exactly what we need to be for everyone around us, for ourselves. Because that's you honoring God. You wanna show everybody how good God is, you know. Smile, laugh, but don't try to play God. It's a lot of responsibility, brother. And if God ever put that responsibility on them little shoulders of yours, them arms will fall off, baby. Them arms will hit the ground. Hit the ground. You don't want that. You don't want that. So let's get some perspective. Let's gain some perspective. Nah, I don't want to be God. I know, that He is me and I am Him. Yes, of course. But that does not mean I want to be out here having to make all these decisions. God is king. Who did I make the king of my household? I made God the king of my household. I know sometimes my judgment can be sometimes a little iffy maybe. You never know. But if I learn how to put my trust in it and learn how to have some real faith, and I learn and I build those muscles, gotta be like, hey son, you getting stronger. Hey, I'm strong. Right? You're learning. You're learning who you are. The piece of me that you are. You're learning. I ain't tell you to go out here and try to take over the world with the skills that you're learning, right? I ain't say do all that. I said smile and show everyone around you they can do it too. Don't make them feel lesser than you. They can do it too. And I'd say to that, hey, you're absolutely right. I say you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Also, chat, extreme sidebar, not correlated in the slightest, but really is at the same time. When I was in a gym doing a workout stream, there was this old lady. That was she's not old, but like she's an older lady, right? Um, Clearly experienced lady. She looked like she had, experienced life and also, but also still enjoys life, right? Um, and she was taking this course on her phone. Um, but when I was doing the stream in the gym, right? And she was like, "Hey, what are you doing in the gym?" I was like, just streaming my workout and then like chatting and like trying to like you know just spread some good vibes for real. And she was like, "Oh, I love that." And then she gave me this fist bump, and I just felt so at peace. She gave me this fist bump, and I was like, I don't need nothing other than that fist bump. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And that's just how something so small can affect somebody, you know. And I just want everybody to like, if I give an example of that, then you can remember that something so small like that, a fist bump, can really make somebody turn somebody's whole day around. So today, Chad, I want to say thank you for joining me for day 249 in a row. We kind of talked a lot more than usual, but it was just kind of coming out. So um, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you come back if you want to, if you enjoy. And before we go, I'm in the corner up the top, right? They say Limitless Core over there, right? You go ahead and click on my name if you want to come back. Only if you want to come back, though, right? Or if you just want to support, right? If you want to come back, turn on that post notification bell and say all notifications. All notifications right there. Um, Excuse me. Try how that tastes. Okay, stop. Um, and if you've seen this outro before, say it with me. And if you haven't, hey, enjoy. We all have that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today. Thank you for joining me for another One Year Bibe read on the Limitless Core channel. Um, and thank you for everybody who joined my workout stream earlier and gave me a smile, gave me a laugh, and just chatted with me. I truly appreciate that. Um, and thank you for joining this stream as well. I'm thinking about making some videos here on this channel soon. I've been thinking about them, and I think it's time to stop thinking about them. I think it's time to just make them. Um, so, um, based on the ideas and concepts, we'll start seeing some actual videos come out on the channel here soon. And as always, I appreciate your presence. It's the most valuable that you can give me. Whether you've been here for a minute, a millisecond, or a second, or maybe been here a while now. I truly appreciate it. And there's nothing more valuable you can give me. I truly appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you. And one last thing, incredibly long outro, I'm not gonna lie. I hope you have a great rest of your night, because I'm gonna have a great rest of mine. Peace. I'm gonna see you next time.